Good afternoon, Stanley County. Tommy Jordan, take two. Just got out of a meeting this morning with, we don't even have a name yet, but it's, I think it's the Stanley County Broadband Steering Committee. I think it's a tentative name. The SCBSC. I don't know. But it is a conglomeration of people, professionals that work in the IT industry, myself included. Wayne Sasser was there, the mayor of Albemarle was there, Ronnie Michaels, Chris Bramlett, a gentleman who is heavily knowledgeable in the FCC, whose name I can't remember, County Manager Andy Lucas. I think I said Wayne Sasser, but Wayne Sasser was there. So it's a group of us that all agree that broadband is an important necessity for Stanley County, and we want to see it happen, and we're tired of waiting for it to happen. We're a small little county, and we're not on anyone's big map to come give us what we're asking for. Nobody's just out there going, well, you know what? I think we should carry high-speed fiber to Stanley County, because those are good folk out there. That conversation is not happening. If we want it, we're going to have to encourage them or entice them to come offer it and work with them to bring it to our people. So that's what we're trying to do. It's still in the beginning stages. We had our first meeting today, but we made good traction. We have an action plan. We're going to try to work with MCNC. We're going to try to get Wayne some support for Wayne Sasser to carry this to Raleigh and ask for some funding to help us achieve the goals that we're looking for. One of those goals is to light the fiber up down 24, to hang fiber down 24, 27 between the two nodes, which are, one is currently, there's fiber that comes down Highway 24 through Montgomery County, then it kind of ends. Then it picks up on the west end of Stanley County and starts again, but there's nothing in between. So if we can connect that fiber and light it up, then we can, do we have a hot fiber circuit to entice providers like Spectrum to lease it, or Verizon to lease it, or AT&T, or Windstream, or whomever, to work with them to be able to give them the infrastructure they need to offer services, because it's not worth their money right now for them to want to spend the money and do it themselves. They just don't want to do it. So why has it not been done before? Good question. House Bill 129 was put through in 2011, and that was a law that pretty much got passed. It hit the books that says, hey, local government, municipalities, cities, counties, you cannot touch infrastructure when it comes to broadband. No internet. Keep your hands out of it. The fear was that if we started playing in that arena, in that sandbox, that big companies like, let's say, Spectrum or Google, would say, well, I don't want to compete with them. I don't want to have to deal with competing with local government, so we're not going to touch it. The big fear was that we would scare off these massive ISPs. I think that's a stupid fear myself. It's proven not to be true, but thankfully, shy of getting House Bill 129 totally repealed, which I would love to have, and I hope someday will still happen. Right now, there is House Bill 1122 that has quietly passed the NC House. Yay! It is currently sitting in the NC Senate. I hope they choose to ratify it, and I hope it goes through. But it has a provision in it in Section 5 where it makes allotment for cities and counties and municipalities to be able to get to start having that discussion again, to get their hands in it, to be able to use county funds or city funds or tax funds, however you want to say it, to help upgrade their own infrastructure. So, and I'll give you an example. That stretch of fiber that I just talked about is dark. It's not there. Well, Verizon hasn't come put it in. Spectrum hasn't come put it in. AT&T's not come put it in. Nobody has lit that fiber yet. And those boys, when they do light it, if they do put in fiber of their own, they aren't required to share it. So if Verizon were to put fiber in, it's just for Verizon. They don't share it with Windstream or some local ISP. They hoard that themselves. Stupid. I don't make the rules. So our idea is that if we were to light that up under an open broadband initiative, it would be done with the intent of, hey, now it's here. Hey, Spectrum or Verizon or local ISP guy that wants to build a local business and grow up. You have the connectivity now that you need to be able to offer in this area. So it's the first step. It's just one step, but it's a step that's got to get done first. So that's what we're trying to do. House Bill 1122 is going to make that possible. If it passes, I hope it does. If you want to participate, if you want to be active and be involved, my suggestion is contact your local Senate representatives and express your support for House Bill 1122. You don't have to necessarily call Carl Ford. He's already on board. You don't have to call Wayne Sasser. He's on board. I'm on board. Our county wants it to happen. Our elected officials here want it to happen. But if you want to call or email and give Carl Ford if you want to voice your support, feel free. If you want to voice your support to Wayne Sasser for it, feel free. More support's always good. But those guys already know. The other senators in the state, they need to hear from their counties, because this affects them too. In this case, we're working for Stanley, but there are groups all across the state that are working for their counties or their cities. So, this bill provides a good opportunity for us to get a flag planted and start to move forward. People need high-speed internet. COVID-19 has made that a glaring, obvious fact. A lot of us have been saying it's a fact for a decade, but nobody in Raleigh or in the federal government has heard it, or if they've heard it, they haven't cared. Since schools, a lot of you know, because of the governor's proclamations, because of the way things are, I'll say it that way, the state is doing a lot of online schooling. First day of school, entire system's crashed. Entire statewide system had glitches. This week, still, Google on a national level was having problems. So many people are trying to use the resources that weren't designed for it because we never had the infrastructure in place. That systems crashed. They had to upgrade this, boost that, try to find a workaround here. Even the places that are receiving the data can't handle it. But so many homes and businesses that don't have access to high speed, don't have or don't have access to any speed that need it. That's what we're trying to solve. And we're not going to solve it overnight. We're not going to solve it in a day. I hope we can make some traction in a year. I hope maybe that we can get the funding that we want to get approved to maybe work with NC. I'm going to make some calls to the NCACC, the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners. They actually have a broadband initiative team on their end. I'm going to try to put those together with our group. I've talked to Senator Carl Ford today. I met with Wayne Sasser today. All the right people that want to see this happen are all behind it. I just wanted you guys to hear a piece of good news. Something good happened today. People sat down from various political parties, from various levels of government and private sector, and they agreed. And they're just people. They aren't getting paid. It's not any kind of fancy committee, but they all have agreed to give their time and their resources to help push this and get behind it. And that's what they're doing. That's what we're doing. So I guess I was hoping to share a piece of good news with everybody that people out there do listen. We do care. We're not big people. We're not fancy important people, but we care and we're doing what we can. So thank you to all that came to the meeting today. Thank you for all the help you're doing and that you will be giving. If you're out there and you're seeing this and you are someone that can participate, if you're from NCACC or MCNC or any other acronym you can think of, and you think that you've got something to bring to the table, hey, let us know. People need access to faster internet. Schools need it. Kids need it. It's just something that needs to be done. So we're trying. Today was a good first step. Thanks to everybody that was there. And I'll try to keep you apprised as I hear more. All right? Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Stay safe, Stanley County.